welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be learning about how to make logos for your business using Canva Pro. For many of you guys that are familiar with my channel, I love using Canva Pro in order to make various designs for my other previous businesses and to also help my husband out as well. So during this time, we will be using Canva Pro. So if you do not have a Canva Pro at this time, you can get a free trial for 30 days. And all you need to do is click the button below in order to get started. All right, guys, so let's get going. All right, guys, so here we are at one of the articles here from Canva that actually goes into how you can actually design your logos based off of your industry and really allow it to kind of be integrated into these particular industries so that when people see these colors, it's kind of like a psychology with it. They'll start basically they'll start like kind of linking your things with these particular industries so that it's easier for them to really define you. So when you're starting with your logo, you really want to think of those colors, and that's why we're pretty much here. So whether you're doing any type of industry in travel, you're starting a startup in auto or beverage, maybe like a credit card company, anything, even something with food, health, fitness, beauty, you really want to think of the psychology of the colors that you're using for your logo. Now, I do want to keep in mind for you guys is that when you are creating these logos in Canva, you have to realize that these logos cannot be trademarked. The reason why is because Canva has already pre-designed templates that they have already trademarked and created for people to use on their platform as a way to get started with your company. Okay, and I would like to remind you guys that this channel is all about helping you guys DIY things for your startup or starting point small business to really make your brand and to kind of play around with your brand, right? Because when you're just starting out in business, oftentimes what happens is you start discovering what your true brand is, and your brand will often change. So Canva actually gives you an opportunity to kind of play around with the things that can really make your company stand out. So as you can see on this picture, these are the colors that kind of really stand out for these particular industries that really help set off the tone and the atmosphere for their business. Okay, so for a lot of times, a lot of people want to create certain businesses with certain types of personalities. You may want to have a more relaxed flow with your logos and brand for your company. You may want it to be exciting and electrifying, right? So it really depends on how you would like to market yourself. And I really do think that this color wheel here really helps represent the colors that you can kind of incorporate in your logo to really make it pop. So the reason why color is also really important with logos is because each color represents something. We oftentimes, our subconscious mind really associates different colors and color palettes and schemes with a certain mood and feel for an actual brand. So for instance, if you look here, you can see how if you incorporate the color white in your logo brand, right? It's usually associated with, purity, being at peace, feeling good, right? It usually revolves around wellness, medicine, things like that. And then you have like your pinks that seem kind of, soft and fun and cute, like if you're like selling toys or something. And then you also have like orange that deals with energy. Yellow is also a feeling of cheerfulness and sunshine and positivity, right? And so each color, as you can see, really plays a role in what you're trying to portray out to people about your brand, about your company. And so I really think that using Canva Pro is a really great opportunity for you to play around with your brand, with the colors, and really see what stands out. And so let's go ahead and check out the quick color wheel resource that you can also use on Canva. And I will also post these links in the description box below for you to check out and read more about. But let's go ahead and head over to the color wheel. All right, guys, so here we are at the color wheel, and as you can see, there's a bit of a science that comes with colors. Psychologists really love studying how colors really impact our moods and our feelings, and so that still, also comes with how we're branding and marketing ourselves, right? Because you really want to bring a certain emotion to whatever type of industry that you're being involved in, right? Because that's what drives people to buy from you. It's the emotional, right? It's the emotion, it's the fear, and then it's the urgency that comes and that you present to some people in order to make them feel like they need to buy from you. They have to buy from you because you can truly make their life simpler, easier, happier, better, whatever, right? So as you can see with the color wheel here, what I really like about this is that it actually provides you different types of color combinations that you can play with based on the particular main frame color that you want for your logo. Okay, so let's say you wanted to do the color green, for instance, right? So with the color green, this lime green, it kind of provides you with different combinations that you can do. So you can do something called a monochromatic color, which is basically playing around with different tones of that color in order to create a certain flow to the logo that or brand that you're creating. But then let's say if you wanted to try out another combination, for instance, like let's say you wanted to do like more of like a color contrast. So then you could kind of do something like this. So they'll kind of pick 3 or 4 other colors that really complement this particular color to really help it stand out. So this color wheel was pretty much invented based off of looking at the primary colors that, our retina typically sees, and then it kind of just plays around with other complementary colors and tones that can really help make it stand out. All right, so now I'm going to get a little bit more into like a couple of examples of how you can kind of create various types of logos and be inspired by them using different elements and color combinations that I personally created. So let's go ahead and check them out. Guys, so here's an example of an actual financial logo that you can actually check out and get inspiration from. So disclaimer, any title that you see on here, it is just a coincidence. I don't know of any type of finance or freedom group or anything like that out here. So all of these are just mere examples. So I'm sorry if these are your actual titles of your companies. I did not mean that. Okay. I just thought of these on the top of my head and I'm just using these as examples. So when you're looking at this one, for instance, this is one for financial freedom. So I picked this is like pretty much a color combination of the peacock wings. Actually, no, I think it's just peacock wings, actually. And the peacock wings is kind of like hints of green with blue and like white, and then I put it on like a black background just to show a type of boldness and seriousness and sophistication to it. So another thing you can also do is you can also maybe make dual colors of your words. So as you can see, I made this particular here color for freedom green, but you can make it any other color you want, maybe like gold might look really great here. And then you can also change the colors of this actual logo to fit the colors that you like. So for instance, you may not like the blue, so you might want to add a little pop of gold in there, right? Just to make it stand out a little bit better. But I really like this combination here for a logo because it's very sleek, very bold at the same time. And I think it really makes a difference when someone is coming to your personal startup as a financial group or wanting to come for you for consulting. And they see this, it's kind of like, wow, like they're kind of thinking about money when they see the green. They're thinking about gold to represent like, this is gold standard for your business, maybe blue to show that you're also a relaxed environment, and then just kind of those pops of white and black to create contrast. So really play around with it. But this is an example that I used for the Freedom Finance. Now, if you scroll down to the other one that I had, so this is one that I created as an example. So like I said, I don't know any cafe called La Fresca Cafe. Sorry, I don't. But that's a really cool name. I really like the name of that cafe if there is one. But yeah, so this is another logo that you can do. So this is obviously, hands down, as soon as you look at it, you could tell that this is for a maybe like a healthy cafe. La Fresca obviously is Spanish for the fresh, so it's a fresh cafe. So, but yeah, these are all elements that you can get from Canva Pro. Some of these may be on Canva for free. I'm not sure, but you can definitely check it out. But they have so many different types of fonts and elements that you can add and use for free, where you don't really even need to do Canva Pro if you don't want to. So as you can see, all I did was just use the combination of these different color palettes. So for instance, for this particular logo, I actually used the color combination of Abundance of Orange palette with the Succulent Garden, and that's where you kind of get the lime green in the background. So that's kind of like the blend of these two palettes together. And basically all I did was I just kind of took a little orange slice that was an element on Canva. As you can see, where is it? Here. So this is how it looked before. So it was green, and all I did was just switch out the colors here and made it the colors that I wanted to, so that it can stand out. Then all of these fonts here are all different types of fonts. So this one, for instance, is Allura. And then you have this one. This one is, I think it's called Chic, Chic. And then the lie in the cafe is the Amsterdam one. So you can kind of do different combinations, and the way that you would kind of make them all different is basically you would just kind of highlight a part of the word like that you want, or a part of the phrase, and then just change the color combination for it. Okay, so it could be whatever you want. Just make sure to check out and watch the font. Also, as you can see here, I kind of slanted this. So I did this literally by just moving it like this, over, back and forth. So you can do something like that as an idea as well. And then as you can see, there's kind of like this haze in the background. So that's actually an element as well, that you can get. And basically, it's called a gradient. So if you wanted to know exactly which one that is, it's this one here. So it's this gradient here, and it's called low, what is that? Low opacity color splash. Okay, so literally you just add this. All I did was just add this to it, and then I just kind of made it a little bit less bold, and then I moved and position it to the back so it can go behind the words. Okay, so you can pretty much do however you feel like you want to, but that's how I designed this one as well. And then lastly, I wanted to create another bold brand for you. So I picked a beauty line. I called it Cranberry because it sounded really good. But as you can see, all I did was just take elements, and this is actually a combination of, let me make sure, of melted chocolate and sliced citrus. Okay, so I combined both of those color palettes together and made this actual logo here. And then all this is literally this circle here where you see on Pro, it's this one, and then I used this one and overlaid it and changed it to the color yellow, this kind of bold goldish yellowy color. The cranberry font is called Sisterhood, and then I did the beauty line using Glacial Indifference. So if these inspire you, definitely check out these fonts, and if you need to look for them, all you need to do is just type in the actual name and they'll come up for you. All right, so that's where I got all of these fonts from. This is another element right here that I used. It's free, and all I did was just change the color for my actual logo and made it kind of like this peachy color. Okay, and then I just put beauty line at the bottom. Really nice and simple, and to make it bold and actually be linked with cranberry, I made it kind of like this burgundy color to really make it stand out. So I really hope that these were really great inspirations to you guys. Please definitely check out the fonts. I'll put all of the information down in the description bar so that you guys guys can check any of these out and be inspired by these logos, guys. I don't mind if you use them or try them out. Totally fine with me. The whole purpose is to be able to let these creative juices flow and really be able to make a logo that you can ultimately help brand your company better and hopefully last a lifetime. Now, lastly, guys, I did want to show you a really quick feature that you can do, and that is a transparency feature if you wanted to create this and make this a transparent background. Personally, I like logos that have like a little bit of color behind them, but let's say you wanted to use these to put on certain products or documents or something to really help brand yourself even more. One of the really great things is that you can actually do through Canva Pro is something called a transparency background. So as you can see with Canva Pro features, you get the scheduling option, you get to design with the team and, create your branding kit. And we'll talk about that in the future and resize. You can do premium videos, but you can also do something called a transparent image here, where it's basically you can take the image and take away the background so that you can put it anywhere you want, so that you can really brand your company and your items and your products. Okay, so a really quick and easy tutorial for this is all you would do is you would just click on the particular logo you have, like this one, and then all you would do is just kind of click on this, and then when you're ready to actually download it, you'll just click on transparent background, and all it will do is just take away the black background. So you won't have the black behind it to create that boldness, but totally fine. So yep, you'll just click here and then you'll just click download. Now, another quick tip, guys, is that if you do want to create a transparent background for this particular logo, then what I would suggest is to make the background for this particular logo white, just so you can see what will actually show up when you do the transparency. So as you can see, this is how it would look without the background. So then now you can kind of see what features you would need to change so that it can actually be seen. So for instance, instead of making finance white, you may want to turn it black so it can be seen through your logo, and also changing this to bold and black as well. Same thing with your logo here. So these are all the different colors here, and you'll have like the white in between as well. But if you wanted to like change the color behind that as well, you can do that. So it's pretty much up to you, but this is how it will look when it is made into an actual transparent image. All right. So this is just a little quick tip to kind of really help you understand what the transparency would look like while you're designing your logo. Same thing with this one as well. If you wanted this one to be, just straight up the logo, you would just change the color background to white. And then, of course, you would have to change the colors of all of your words just to make it stand out. So I might do something like this. Or I might change the lie and make it the same color as cafe, or I might make it dark green. That looks pretty cool. And then you may want to kind of take away the whole like little bloody spurt, little splash behind it. And then this is how it will look. And then you can maybe push it, together a little bit if you want, if that's something you want to do as well. Just to also show that this is your logo for like other places as well, like maybe documents and things like that you're using. Another idea you can do as well is you can kind of put this on top and make it in layers. All right, that can be something. You can change the style of that as well, make it something in layers, or put this at the bottom, something like that. Of course, you will make it bigger in size so that it fits on the entire page better. But yeah, you can do something like that as well. All right, so you can do something like this as well. And then obviously, if you want, you can make it bigger, of course, so that it's the size of an actual logo. Because as a reminder, this is only just a 500 by 500 pixel. So you kind of want this to be as big as this space here. So, but anyway, I'm done talking. So I really hope that this was a really great inspiration to you guys. I really hope these tips were very helpful to you. If you like my videos and the information that I provide, I do try to over deliver it in everything that I do, because this is kind of a passion of mine that I kind of found out of nowhere. And so I just want to share it with you guys. And so, definitely take your time looking at these videos, and please like, share, and subscribe if you love these videos and are interested in building your business up or your startup business up from scratch using DIY resources and affordable outsourcing if needed. So please stay tuned for the rest of my videos, and I hope to see you soon. Peace and blessings to you. Bye.